This is the story of the dream that built Toyota, a company that began with weaving machines, survived war and bankruptcy, and became one of the most powerful car brands on Earth. Chapter 1: The Dream That Started Toyota. Toyota is one of the most important car companies in the world. In 2008, Toyota became the largest car manufacturer on Earth, overtaking General Motors for the first time. But Toyota's story did not begin with cars. It began with a dream, a family of inventors, and a belief that engineering could change the future. Many people call Toyota a miracle of the 20th century, but the truth is, it was not a miracle. It was built through patience, discipline, character, and the refusal to give up. This is the story of how a small Japanese loom company became one of the most reliable and successful car manufacturers in history. Chapter 2: The Inventor Behind the Company. The story begins on February 14, 1867, in Kosai, Japan. On that day, a boy named Kiichiro Toyoda was born. As he grew older, Kiichiro developed a strong fascination with machines, inventions, and industrial technology. His father was a carpenter. Under older Japanese traditions, Kiichiro may have been expected to follow in his father's footsteps. But Japan was changing, and Kiichiro chose a different path. Instead of becoming a carpenter, he dedicated himself to invention. He attended industrial exhibitions, studied modern technology, and read books from Europe. These books introduced him to new ideas, new success stories, and new ways of thinking. All of this helped shape his ambition. In 1890, Kiichiro created his first major invention. It was not a car. It was not an engine either. It was a handmade wooden loom. This may sound strange for the beginning of a car company, but this loom was the first step toward the creation of Toyota. Chapter 3: From Looms to Innovation. Kiichiro quickly realized that he had a natural talent for designing machines. Once he understood this, he continued improving his ideas. In 1896, he invented an electric-powered loom. This made work easier and more efficient for textile workers. Then, in 1906, he created a circular loom. This design was more practical and convenient than traditional machines. But his greatest breakthrough came in 1924. That year, Kiichiro introduced the Toyota Type G automatic loom. This machine was far ahead of its time. It could operate automatically and continue working without stopping to change the thread shuttle. For factory owners, this was a major breakthrough. It allowed production to continue with very little human involvement. The machine also had a system that could stop production when a thread broke. This helped reduce defects and improve quality. That idea would later become a major part of Toyota's production philosophy. If a problem appears, stop the process and fix it before it becomes bigger. This simple idea would help shape Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. Chapter 4: The First Toyota Company. After creating such an advanced machine, Kiichiro knew it was time to build a serious business. In 1926, he founded Toyota Automatic Loom Works. The company focused on producing and selling weaving equipment based on Kiichiro's own designs. His machines became extremely respected. Their reputation even reached the United Kingdom. In 1929, a British company called Platt Brothers bought the patent for Kiichiro's automatic loom. They paid him £100,000. This was a huge amount of money at the time. The machine was valuable because one worker could operate around 30 machines. It also reduced mistakes because it stopped automatically when the thread broke. This patent sale gave the Toyota family the money to begin something much bigger. That money would soon help fund the move from weaving machines to automobiles. The company that would one day dominate the roads was still not building cars, but the dream was getting closer. Chapter 5: Kichiro Toyoda and the Automotive Dream. In 1930, Kichiro Toyoda passed away. After his death, the business passed to his son, Kichiro Toyoda. There are different stories about why Kichiro decided to enter the car industry. One version says that building cars was his father's final dream. According to this story, Kiichiro wanted his son to achieve what he never could. Whether this is completely true or not remains uncertain. But one thing is clear. Kichiro used the money from the loom patent to create an automotive division. His goal was to develop and build Toyota's own cars. By 1935, Toyota had created its first vehicles. These were the Model G1 truck and the Model A1 passenger car. The names were not very exciting. They could have chosen something dramatic like Samurai or Tsunami. But in those days, many early car makers used simple names like Model A and Model T. What mattered most was not the name, but the machine itself. In 1936, the Model A1 was improved and became the Model AA. This became Toyota's first production passenger car. It had a six-cylinder engine with more than 60 horsepower. Like many early Japanese cars, it was inspired by Western models from companies such as Ford, Chrysler, and Chevrolet. Toyota was still learning from the West, but even copying requires skill. The Model AA was well-built and high quality. Unfortunately, it was also expensive. Because of its high price, Toyota could not sell it in large numbers. Still, producing more than 1,400 vehicles was a strong beginning. Chapter 6. The Birth of Toyota Motor Company. At first, the family name was Toyota, but later, the company name changed from Toyota to Toyota. One reason was that Toyota sounded smoother and easier to pronounce. Another reason came from Japanese symbolism. In Japanese, writing Toyota required 8 brushstrokes. The number 8 is considered lucky, and the Japanese have always placed great importance on symbolism. In 1937, the automotive division became independent. It was officially formed as Toyota Motor Company. Over time, Toyota also developed the famous emblem known around the world today. One interpretation says the overlapping ovals represent a thread passing through the eye of a needle. This connects the modern car company back to its original roots in weaving. Toyota also brought one major tradition from textile production into car manufacturing. If a worker found a defect during assembly, production could be stopped. The problem would then be fixed before more defective products were made. This became one of the roots of Toyota's famous quality control. It may also be one of the reasons Toyota cars became known for reliability around the world. Chapter 7. Trucks, War, and Survival. In 1937, Toyota received a major order from the Japanese government. The order was for 3,000 trucks. This guaranteed profit gave Toyota the confidence to invest in research and development. The company also built a separate automobile plant in the city of Koromo. This city would later become so connected to Toyota that it was renamed Toyota City. But the 1940s were approaching. The world was moving toward war. During the war, Toyota shifted heavily toward producing trucks for the Japanese military. Compared with some other Japanese industrial companies, Toyota's role was more focused on trucks and light military vehicles. The company produced more than 40,000 units of automotive equipment during the war period. Japan struggled with raw materials, so vehicles had to be made as simply as possible. Some military trucks were even built with only one headlight to save resources. By the end of the war, much of Japan's industry had been badly damaged. Toyota's infrastructure suffered too. But Kichiro Toyoda refused to abandon his father's dream. Even among the ruins of post-war Japan, Toyota decided to build a new passenger car. In 1947, the Model SA appeared. It had a smaller body, improved suspension, 2 doors, and a 4-cylinder engine. It was a neat and well-designed car. But Japan's economy was in crisis. Most people could not afford a car. From 1947 to 1952, Toyota produced only around 300 cars. The company came dangerously close to bankruptcy. Chapter 8. Crisis, Sacrifice, and a Second Chance. The post-war years were extremely difficult for Toyota. Raw material prices kept rising quickly, but car prices were strictly controlled by the government. This meant Toyota had to spend more to build cars but could not freely increase the selling price. Losses continued to grow. The company eventually had to consider cutting jobs. Workers became angry, and tensions grew between the unions and management. Large strikes broke out. Production dropped by around 70%. Kichiro Toyoda was deeply affected by the crisis. The pressure made him seriously ill. In 1950, he made a major personal sacrifice. Kichiro resigned from the company and took responsibility for the situation. This act helped calm the workers because they respected him deeply. The strikes eventually ended. Toyota began its road to recovery. Then, during the Korean War, Toyota received another major opportunity. The United States Army ordered more than 4,500 trucks from Toyota. This order gave the company the money it desperately needed to survive. Kichiro Toyoda died in 1952. But Toyota did not waste the second chance his work had created. The company used the new funding to modernize production, introduce innovation, and develop its own technology. Chapter 9. The Breakthrough Cars. After surviving the crisis, Toyota adopted a new philosophy. The basic principle was constant improvement. Any employee could suggest a way to improve a process. If the idea was useful and implemented, the employee could receive a bonus. This created a culture where improvement was everyone's responsibility. By the late 1950s and early 1960s, Toyota's situation began to improve. Japan was recovering, and the demand for cars was slowly increasing. But Toyota still had a problem. Many people believed the company could only copy Western cars. Toyota needed a breakthrough to prove it could build original vehicles. That breakthrough came with the Toyota Crown. The Crown was one of Toyota's longest-lasting models. It was also a fully Japanese development. Toyota could finally show that it was not just copying others. At the same time, Toyota worked on a civilian all-wheel drive vehicle. This became the Toyota Land Cruiser. In 1957, Toyota entered the United States market. It exported the Crown and the Land Cruiser to America. At first, exports were not a huge success, but Toyota had started its journey toward becoming a global brand. Chapter 10. Becoming a Global Giant. From this point onward, Toyota's growth became incredible. In 1955, the company produced just over 8,000 cars a year. By 1965, Toyota was producing around 600,000 cars a year. Soon, the company passed the milestone of 1 million cars produced. By the end of the 1960s, the Toyota Corolla became one of the best-selling cars in the world. This achievement was even recorded in the Guinness Book of Records. Toyota also introduced the 2000 GT sports car. Later, the world would see the Toyota Camry. Both the Camry and Corolla are still produced today. Toyota also entered the premium car market through Lexus. The company later helped push hybrid technology forward with the Toyota Prius. Today, Toyota works on electric vehicles, hydrogen-powered cars, robotics, financial services, and much more. It is incredible to think that a company that started with Looms became one of the largest automakers in the world. Toyota's story is not a miracle. It is proof of what human ability, engineering, discipline, and perseverance can create. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.